I believe we should continue with the same fears, the same willingness, the same spirit, and of course to continue to present ourselves as better as we can on every game. Good afternoon from Portathletis. I would like to ask you, at your 36 years old, you start at the Champions League. So how do you see preparation, psychologically, I mean, and of course physically for this game? And with the new people standing with you, the young players, what are the advices that you give to them? Well, I have quite some matches at the European Union level. I cannot see this as being something different. Let's say I will try, via my experience throughout the years, to be able to do my best. Now, as far as the instructions towards my fellow players, of course, we do not expect this game to provide any advice and assistance. We always work during trainings and we try to improve ourselves every single day. And of course, to provide guidelines to our staff, our people, during, of course, training. Alexandros, well, this is a game against Pafos. Theoretically speaking, let's say the so-called weakest team that you will have to face. Do you believe, as this game takes place in Georgios Karaiskakis Stadium, is a must-win game? In other words, that you should absolutely win? Well, beyond any doubt, we understand that we need to respect our opponent. It is at this league phase of the Champions League for a certain reason. It's not a haphazard case. We need to be as serious as possible. And of course, it is a game that we truly want the 3 points. And of course, we understand that all games must be respected. We're going to face some even more powerful clubs. And of course, we need to present ourselves and present the appropriate respect to all teams. Now, for Olympiacos, participating in the Champions League, of course, is a great honor. Now, for the players, what will make you be satisfied and feel successful after the Champions League phase? Well, of course, we need to continue in the next phase. This is, of course, the first, let's say, objective. That is why we work during training, during preparation. It was a tough period for us, a demanding one. And beyond any doubt, we'll be truly happy if we continue to the next phase. Thank you, Alexandros. Goodbye. Good afternoon from thrillos24.com. I would like to ask the coach. He returns to Champions League, how he feels, what are his feelings, what has he said to the players, and how well they're prepared for the game against Pafos. Well, we see things, let's say, as they come, naturally, I mean. Of course, it is the biggest competition, Champions League. We prepare ourselves, as we always do. Nothing changes for us. No difference as far as how we prepare ourselves, whether it is the Champions League or the Greek Championship. Jose Luis Mendilibar and his players, quite the players in his roster, are part of the generation who brought the European title to the club in Greece. So having won a European title and the participation in the UEFA Champions League has changed the mentality of the people, the mentality of the club. So we shall see that tomorrow. But of course, this is what we'll want. We want to participate in any European game as in every other game. We want to have the winning mentality. We have prepared ourselves very well and we want to prove that on the field, on the pitch. So, of course, there are some players who, let's say, are more experienced, some other who are less experienced. Of course, there are teams who have won a lot of them this title. And let's say they are the so-called invincible ones. But of course, we see all games in the exact same way, the same willingness. We want to be as prepared as we can. And of course, we wish to be as good as we always can. Hello? I have a question whether he's ready to tell us the 11 players and whether Rodinei is ready to play. Well, we don't know whether Rodinei is ready. Yesterday he was under treatment. He didn't participate in previous trainings. Hopefully he will be with us today. Well, we have to wait and see. Hopefully, I guess that if he comes today in our training, well, he will be available to participate and play the game. But of course, it's something we do not really think and focus on. You will see tomorrow who's going to play in the game, the members of the squad. Pafos is a team that had an excellent devolution up to now. They managed to succeed, and when they had Red Star out of the competition. So a few words about Pafos and whether there is something that, let's say, potentially you are afraid of as far as tomorrow's game is concerned. I fully respect, of course, Pafos as a football team. It is a team that has shown by the previous phase that is a very competitive team. They have done excellent games. They have managed to be at the league phase of the Champions League, so they deserve to be here. So it is a team that has no big, let's say, stars as a squad, but they are a very robust team, very concentrated team. They are always competitive. And of course, we have full respect for Pafos and, of course, for any other team. Good afternoon. I'd like to ask you, as it is difficult for you to choose between El Kabi and Taremi, do you think that you will add both of them in this squad tomorrow? Yaremchuk, for about 2.5 weeks, he's under treatment. So we expect that he'll be back as soon as possible. His treatment goes very, very well, but he's not yet available. It is very nice to have two players like El Kabi and Taremi, and of course, potentially use both of them. That's a great thing for any given team, of course. Ayub has given so many things throughout the years that he's with the team, and of course, I hope that Taremi will have the opportunity to provide more things to our team. I would like to ask you, how do you think about the return of Podense? And a comment, if possible, for the game against Panserraikos and the participation of Podense. Well, everything happened at the best possible momentum, and they did their best as players during the game.